Welcome back to the channel, DXB Crypto family. Today, we're diving deep into Bittensor TAO and its most powerful feature, the subnets. If you've ever wondered what they are, how they work, and which ones are worth your attention, stick around. I'll show you how to buy these subnet tokens step by step. Okay, so what about Bittensor? What are Bittensor TAO subnets? I mean, you can see here many different subnets. And of course, these are all mostly undervalued because people don't really understand them and they're not really easy to buy at the moment. So basically, a decentralized network of AI and computational power, but instead of a single blockchain application, it's broken down into subnets. As you can see here, Shoots, Ridges, Targon, these are some of the more famous ones. And we'll talk about a few of these. Okay, so each subnet has its own unique purpose, like a language model. Imagine a generation of trading bots, computational power, and even deepen. Developers launch their subnets to host specialized machine learning models. Miners provide computational power to run these models. Validators judge the quality and output for these models. And in short, subnets are different AI apps inside the Bittensor ecosystem in which it has its own economy and token. Okay, so to keep it really simple, what these are is just dApps within, because sometimes the name subnets throws people off, right? We are going to take this as basic as possible from the ground up. Now, subnet owners, who are they? So who is Shoots and Ridges and Targon? And even Kato has a subnet now, right? The project on base. You know, famously, Neural AI is a Bittensor subnet, okay? So the question is, who are they? What are they? And like I said, these are applications to keep it really simple. But basically, like I said, it's a decentralized AI and computational power that's available to everyone without having a centralized entity owning the absolute the AI basically. So this is crazy. Now, subnet owners can be anyone, and okay, so anybody can run a subnet, and of course that includes you can buy these on many different places, but anybody can absolutely go and set up and create a subnet token. Okay, we're seeing here, and what's interesting, the DeepSeek applications available here for large language learning models are absolutely insane. And we remember how crazy DeepSeek was when it first came out, and everybody realized, damn, this is actually better than OpenAI, and it's open source, right? So let's continue with this. If we come here, so TAO in itself, I mean, miners then plug into the GPU for computational power to train these subnet models. Validators test which miners are giving them the best results. Rewards get paid in TAO. And this is why you will see the value of Bittensor TAO over time skyrocketing. You may not see it now because the entire ecosystem is barely sitting at $1 billion. Look. Open Kato. Kato is a Web3 project, but it has its own TAO subnet token. And most of these are around this 2 million token circulating supply. Of course, they are mined, so you might see more circulation. But we're talking about an entire ecosystem that is just $1 billion in valuation. With Ridges AI, of course, up. And of course, you've got Sports Tensor that was blowing up, and I'll talk about what that is in a minute. But this whole entire ecosystem is $1 billion. Murad's meme coins are at 75 to 80 billion dollars. That is 80x the time the value in terms of their the market cap to what the Bittensor subnets are. You are super early. And, if people don't want to learn basic things on how to get into this network, once upon a time, these were sitting at 500K, 100K. And to be honest, if you could 80x your entire ecosystem just to be at the same valuation as the meme coins on Murad's list, then you are like literally you're super early to how I see the future as decentralized AI data becoming more valuable or equally as valuable. Data will be as valuable as gold. The new gold will be data. It may not be today, it may not be in the next 12 months, but I'm telling you now, we buy TAO in the near future and we just sit down and hold them. I think TAO will become a generational token, even in the next cycle, right? You got to believe in something. Like, I'm going to show you the ropes, but you got to really believe long-term what you can do with this. You may not be early to the price now. It's not $100 million project, but hey, Bitcoin went through the same process, $3 billion. So what? This could be 150, 250 billion industry. And the subnets alone, as they grow, that number there that you see should be worth multiple billions of dollars. I don't assume for a moment that real world applications using DeepSeek AI should be undervalued compared to a bunch of meme coins put together. 10 meme coins by Murad are bigger than this, okay? So you understand the reward system miners get paid would be in TAO. Now the TAO rewards then get halved every 4 years. So rather than, you know, the daily circulation of TAO around 7,000 plus a day now will be halved in November to 3,000 plus, right? So it's got like Bitcoin type of what I would say halving schedule, even though it's not exactly the same. And these are daily rewards rather than the mining rewards that we see with Bitcoin. The mathematics is different, but the principle is the same. 21 million can never exist, of course. And then within that 20 million or 21 million, then you have the same halving schedule. Okay. So let's continue with this. TAO stats. Let's go back to TAO stats. So we know the value of this is going to grow over time. All right. No doubt about it. And as the value grows over time, so will the scarcity and the value of TAO itself. Okay. So how do we get these? Okay. Now, before I do that, let me just talk about a few of these. So best subnets right now. The question everyone's asking is, what are the best subnets to buy? Like, what can we invest in right now? And I can tell you right now, Subnet 1, the next generation of AI, the OG subnet powering LLMs like open source ChatGPT, Subnet 5, that's image diffusion and AI, image generation, NFT creation, Subnet 8, alpha models, Subnet 18, compute GPU sharing and deepen, and I will talk about these, Subnet 19, knowledge graph retrieval. Now, the thing about the subnets, in my opinion, okay, so that's some of the subnets, but I'm not saying those are the best, right? Clearly, the best subnet right now with the best emission, with 256,000 TAO staked, is Shoots. Now, Shoots, if we go back here, is also the largest in terms of the market cap here. Of course, Subnet 64. Trading volume, $76 million market cap. Trading volume is just 500K, guys. That's how early you are. Even though Richest AI, which we'll talk about as well, offers you a crazy amount of, gains. I mean, the volume is just insane. Breakthrough serverless compute for AI at scale, powering trillions of tokens per month. Shoots is a leading open source decentralized compute provider for deploying, scaling, running open source models in production. And who's using these? Everyday companies. Every single day companies. Now, Shoots, for example, what can you do? When it comes to models, Shoots can support any model that you can throw at it, whether it's image, speech, music, video, whatever it is. Okay. So there is a monthly subscription. These are running in the real world. Top models are available, always ready to scale. And of course, look at this. DeepSeek R1, V3. You've got all of these different models to train your AI on. And of course, that's available and it's decentralized. This is insane. Like, if you just think about the sheer value that will be coming onto TAO, and again, you can play this two ways. I've got subnets that are less than 600K. And I've seen subnets that are millions into the millions, right? And they shoot up. But because it's still very clunky, because it's not available on Mexi or Binance or whatever, people don't really, understand how to deep dive into this. Incentivize agentic training. Remember when I told you the best thing you can do with AI agents is either go specific, so you get something like a cookie DAO, or you go layer one. And the two best layer ones for AI agents as L native ones are Bittensor TAO and Near Protocol. Nobody can disagree with that. Of course, we've got smaller projects. We've got the likes of AO. We've got other AI projects with AI agents mostly plugged into ChatGPT, with the exception of AO, because AO is a real decentralized computer. And we'll talk about that in a separate video. But what you're seeing here is these are real, live, everyday businesses in the TAO subnet. But you also have the likes of Neural AI. You've got the likes of Cato, like Cato here. You've got Sports Tensor, which is now absolutely rocketing in value, 15 million. Yesterday, this was around here, like a couple of days ago. This is nothing. Now the price is at 3-4x in the space of 48 hours. And what is this, right? Sports competitions and mathematical models prediction system, right? So today's sports prediction, this is going to be a big area. It's going to be a big, massive area. $15 million in terms of valuation. This can actually plug in. So what they're doing is, earn your predictions and contribute to the network. Meta model with over 2 million paid to miners. So you can see things are starting to shape up within the ecosystem here. So the question is, how do you buy it? Well, first thing you got to do is you got to head over to TAO. And I don't do this on my mobile phone. There is a mobile phone applications, but I don't trust my TAO with it. But there is a Chrome extension you can see here. So what you do is you go to your Bittensor wallet, the Chrome extension, and that is probably the best way to do it now, right? So this is, make sure it's a verified one from the TAO website. Wallet. This is very key, very important. Bittensor.com/wallet. And make sure, I repeat, make sure you download the Bittensor TAO wallet. Okay. And that should be, there's about 40,000 users at the moment. It's got 88 rating, three star over there. Please listen to what I'm saying. Make sure you add to Chrome, but it is a Bittensor TAO wallet. Now, there's two ways you can do this. We have TAO bot, right? We have TAO bot. So you can connect MetaMask to this, right? You can see MetaMask there. Or you can go directly to TAO stats. Now, it says here, instantly swap in and out of subnet tokens, right? So what you do is once you download this wallet, then you connect this wallet. Your TAO wallet with the TAO will appear here basically. So step one, most important step, right? And I know you got to be careful because people obviously watch these videos and then end up making mistakes. Just follow the process. Okay. You buy TAO, available on all major exchanges like Binance, Gate, Mexi, whatever. TAO is the gas fee plus the governance token of the whole TAO network. Number two, you download and set up the TAO wallet. The sub wallet or the Polkadot.js wallet also works, but I wouldn't mess around with that. Important your keys to connect to your, store these keys in a safe. Make copies and store them in a safe. Number three, Then you connect to TAO stats. Each subnet launch has its own token. You can get these through DEX listings, OTC deals, wherever you are. But most importantly, I've just showed you it is TAO stats where you need to connect to. Or TAO stats is probably for me, the best place to deal in these. There's also TAO bot, a small micro cap project, which will do very, very well in my opinion. And you can see all the transactions coming through here, and you can see what people are buying, selling, and so forth and so forth, right? Validators, everything is on there. The dashboard is important. Again, once you download your Bittensor wallet, it's very straightforward from there, okay? So then you can track things like portfolio, transfers, miner stats, whatever else you want to do after that. And then what else can you do with this? So now that you got your subnet token, you can get these, then popular subnet tokens will always appear here. And of course, you will be able to store these in the wallet. And then they mostly use these TAO connected DEXs like TAO stats, in my opinion. You can stake TAO on specific subnets to earn rewards through TAO stats here. And of course, if you want, you can also remember not all subnets will survive. Some will 100x, others will fade. The beauty of the Bittensor permissionless AI market is bad competition is getting more fierce, right? So you've got to wait for these alphas, and we'll drop tokens as well. The upside is going to be massive. Like I said, Murad meme coins, 80 billion. Bittensor TAO ecosystem in its entirety is sitting at 1 billion. Make sure you do your own research. Look at each subnet. What is the real world application? For example, Shoot here gives you the models, DeepSeek. We know how this shook up the entire AI scene recently, okay? So there you have it, guys. I think this has been very helpful when it comes to the entire TAO network ecosystem. You're starting to see that the whole ecosystem is ridiculously undervalued. 19 AI is another one that I've looked into in the past. Graphite, you've got so many, but Neural 3D is a funny one because it actually has its own subnet token now as well as being on Solana and Ethereum. The subnet token for Neural 3D is around $1.20 and a $2-3 million valuation. Okay. Now, the funny thing is, will this grow over time to be as big as the normal one? And it's all part of the Go Neural AI, create your own ideas. So that's also something. You could buy a Neural AI on TAO at a 2 million valuation. But the research has to be done because obviously, here the volume's still very, very low. Not bad at all, but still very low compared to the others. But what you're seeing here is real projects that in the standard Web3 space, now all of a sudden having a version of it live on the TAO network. Okay? So I've given you subnets. I want you to smash the like button and let me know what else you want us to look into for deep dive ideas. Drop your comments. Which subnet do you think will dominate this cycle? Until next time, DXB family, happy hunting. I hope you enjoyed the video. And of course, I'll see you on the next one. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care.